He's a cat.
But did he accidentally?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, Ruby's in.
Yeah, Ruby goes in there. All right, buddy, I'm going live, okay?
Okay.
Do you need anything? Can I help you? You okay? All right, market's open, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a green market open this morning for some reason. Yesterday we closed lower, but the volume was significantly lower on the futures market. Let's see what's popping off this morning and what's not popping off. Not much is not popping off. Roku's still down a little bit. I don't know about still. It was up yesterday, so. Restoration Hardware, they apparently had some good earnings, up 25% at the top of the gap area. Chesapeake Energy, ENDP, Etsy getting with the program we mentioned the other day. Etsy trying to get up through this trend line and volume steadily increasing. That is very good for Etsy. Did not add this to my actionable list. That is actionable. Looks like our buddy Pays up 2.6. That should be a new high, and indeed is. Good morning, Eli. Let's see if Pays gets going. We're just looking at Etsy. Okay, I'm not. Market's still in a confirmed uptrend, so there's no reason to start getting defensive on things. I thought I had an Etsy trade in here. Hold on, I'm still in programming mode. Let me switch over to stock mode. There we go. IBD was talking about Etsy? Yeah, I bet. Oh, I don't have an Etsy trade lined up. Oh, that was fast. You using StockShed, Eli? That thing spun up quick. Yeah. It's like most of the good mojo's gone from Etsy. Shoot. Yeah, I guess it's doing okay. All right, let's keep going. We got WHD. Not much going on. Just going through the top movers on the global watch list. Cron setting up nicely here, bouncing off that 200-day moving average. All right, that blue line 200-day bouncing off of that. Amarin also kind of going pretty sideways there. What's that one? CRWD. Crowdfunding. I mean, if you want to play, maybe be interested over 67 here at that high. But yeah, I'm going to be staying away from that. ServiceNow coming right back. Auto Home, EC. ALK getting, I don't know, looks interesting. Seems like things are tightening up just a little bit, not a lot, but starting to tighten up is pretty good. I'll take starting to tighten up over wide and loose any day. Starbucks, new high again. First thing in the morning, new high, sells off in the late morning. But it's still moving up every single day, it looks like. Starbucks, Manhandlers Associates, Manhattan Associates, not Manhandlers Associates. That's my nickname for that company. INVA, RealPage. CDNS coming right back. So market looking fine. CFG also tightening up here. I don't remember what they do. Good morning, Rob. That spike lower the later part of last year on the weekly chart there, then coming back to kind of a larger flag, but getting tighter. And there's a possibility of that maybe bouncing out. Let's look into this one. I'm not sure if I know much about this. So actually, I don't know much about this. What'd I just do? Oh, Citizens Financial Group. Okay, yeah. Citizens Bank, 1,100 branches in New England, Mid-Atlantic, and Midwestern regions. So it looks like it's a larger regional bank. Oh, that's funny, Eli. CRWD is most popular on IBD's list, or is on the most popular list on IBD. 18% EPS change last quarter, which is not good. 0 quarters of EPS acceleration, which is not good. Quite a bit of red here. There's only one green, which I don't get this. I'll show it to you guys. So here's their EPS rating, which is a composite rating of the EPS section. Nothing else is green, but they give it a green of 97. So not quite sure. Oh, it's comparing it with the other publicly traded companies. Interesting. Only 3% trade better than red and yellow. That's pretty funny. Sales 18%. Pre-tax margin's pretty good. Wow, 16 billion market cap. That's a lot larger than I thought it was going to be. 1.8 up down volume's pretty good. 2% in change in funds underlying stock is not very good. But if you can catch that back on the upswing, you could be doing pretty good. All right, NASDAQ 0.57%. Still getting with the program. Let's check out our leader list again. IIPR new highs. There we go. Pays. Etsy looking good. That IIPR doing great right there. Crossing 100. That's a pretty good barrier for it to cross. Wow. So I had a trade lined up. I never took it. It was down here somewhere, and it's already been cut in half. In a good way, in terms of the gain. The gain I had would have been 143. It's now 74. So IIPR off to the races, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to go for that. That's going to go past my 20% target here, which is 111. Yeah, it's going to get there pretty quick. It's probably going to surpass that too. It's got such a nice scale to it. Check out our MongoDB. Not much yet. Volume straight declining, which is good. Swisher was holding up a little bit higher. Tesla, what's it doing today? Down a little bit. Yeah, it came down a little bit yesterday. Yeah, we'll see what happens with it. The green days here aren't extraordinarily bullish. The whole pattern isn't extraordinarily bullish. It's definitely not rising in low volume. That's for sure. So it kind of goes against the convention of a bull trap. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, this is if you want to buy this longer term, perfectly fine with that. I still do believe in Tesla, especially down at pretty low prices. I mean, 210 is pretty low. 210 is pretty low. It's not too bad. Looks like we did finally pause right about at our low point there for the breakout. That's a full retracement of this move over 2.5 years. And that's 100% gain. So, yeah, I don't know if we get back down to that 180 level. We'll see what happens with this thing. It's not extraordinarily healthy quite yet. So quite a bit of red has developed on my chart. MongoDB going red as well. Netflix, a lot of these going red. INS, Newer, Netflix, and DocUse, getting rid of those highlights. Etsy looking really good. Pays taking leadership today. Pays looking really good. 2.86%. I think this thing's just gonna rocket. The way it's looking. I wish I would have got to my IPR. Maybe we'll get a pullback. And I kind of missed on some Etsy too, but maybe it won't break out from that prior high resistance point. Snap broke out very nicely. Still holding pretty tight under that trend line. Didn't quite breach it yesterday morning. Testing it again today. The highs are getting lower on this intraday chart. So we'll see if it'll be able to overtake that today, tomorrow, the next day. Pretty soon, hopefully. That's a very nice tight little flag. I like that. Docu lower. Not too much is jumping into all-time highs there today. All right, let's see what's not working on the actionable list. We got Hexo still well under the trend line, still trending down. Hertz, SoFun. Twitter not having a good day today. Roku getting kind of red today, which isn't the end of the world considering the day it had yesterday. Had a very bullish day in the morning. I mean, they just ate up that stock. It's almost a pocket pivot, if not a pocket pivot yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is a pocket pivot yesterday for Roku. Way up here, a pocket pivot. That's amazing. Quite amazing. So you can almost take any pullback in Roku and probably add to your position. Especially if you missed yesterday's run. It brought all the way back down here to where we had some support yesterday. That's where we're sitting at right now. We're just barely above that. So that could get some support right there in a name that has just been really great. CDNA appears to have... I lost it. CDNA appears to have a cup here. 35% lower. That probably still qualifies. This may actually be considered your handle already down here, but we're coming up to highs. So that would be not really a double bottom. It exceeded the left high over here. Auto Home all the way down. Not really coming back. Same with Fortinet. Fortinet really unable to come back since that breakout failure up top there. Good thing we bailed on that trade. See how the market rotates around and favors this sector, favors that sector. So you just kind of have to try to roll with it in a lot of circumstances unless you can just catch a major shift. Here's MJ. Not looking super bullish on the chart there. I don't know if my options are probably not going to do very well there, Eli. Too heavy of position. What is that? It must have got bought. EZPN. Looking at the daily chart, just the very right side of it. ESNT stalled the other day. You know, a lot of them have stalled quite a bit. Pay's still going for it now. And now we're trying to erase yesterday, so that's good for the bulls. PLNT still rocking it up there. 2, 3, 4. Not really a base. No, not a 3 weeks tight. Maybe test of the 50-day for like the 8th week in a row, it seems like. Garmin, Vips, Calgon Carbon, rocking it. Look at that. From large gap there into 10. It looks like it's a very low float stock. Oh, I guess it's got some float. Average volume's 800,000. That's definitely fine. But look at this pattern. Not bad. Just a breakup. And we've seen some of these lower priced ones go on to make huge moves. We haven't paid a lot of attention to this. I don't know why I'm looking at it today. Probably because we see a lot of those charts like Pays that come out of very low levels and just rock it. I mean, that's fantastic. Look at that little consolidation, then a rocket. Similar pattern here, a little consolidation, then a rocket. The same pattern. Here and then here. So whoever's doing this is doing this. Got an IIPR. Very nice. You're looking at ITHUF, and yeah, we'll look at ESNT as well. I would not be looking at that. You can put it on a global watch list, but it's not really actionable. Down. I don't like to bottom buy like this. Not my cup of tea. Let's check out that ESNT again for Rob stalling out. Yeah, ESNT kind of has a history of stalling out. We stalled out here after it broke a very large. Yeah, just I guess be a little bit patient with it. Just give it some room to work. Sometimes it takes a week or two for, as long as you don't get stopped out and you don't hit your max stop loss or a predetermined stopping point, you can probably just stay with it and be just fine. But it's moving in the right direction. You see here on the weekly chart, it's taken its sweet ass time, but we had it back here in March. That was 3 months ago. Let's say you bought it right there. You're up 8.5% in 3 months. You annualize that. That's pretty good money. So I wouldn't be too disheartened in terms of ESNT. Not quite yet, at least. Obviously, all that can change at any given time, but that's what stops are for, guys. That's what stops are for. All right, NetEase. We got Trade Desk, PayPal, Cyber. Those guys are all just kind of hanging out. Hey, what's up, Ryan? Trading breakouts. Yeah, basically trading stocks in an uptrend at advantageous opportunities. Breakouts of some kind, yes. It has to be a breakout of some kind. Now, if you have a very well-defined range that you're trading in, I will time a bottom occasionally in that regard, but I don't like to, if going back to this ITHUF one, I don't like to buy stocks that are in a general decline. No, I do not do that. But yeah, so like this one I wouldn't buy. It's in a general decline. This one I would consider, but well, it's not really. There's no base up here. It's just running. It's hard to buy a stock that's just running. You can, and sometimes they can work out. Like I'm sure if you bought Visa or MasterCard and then just someone said here the other day they should just buy MasterCard and then look at their account in 15 years. That's probably a viable strategy because some stocks just go up forever, and the MasterCard and Visa are two of those. But like TD here, yeah, I would try to buy it off some kind of a resistance break. There's some other criteria that I use as well for because I primarily trade options. Excuse me. ABBV, a longer trend line break, that could be interesting. NXPI, not much interesting in that chart. A lot of chop. Illumina, kind of like this in a larger cup formation, but it's not quite ready yet. Down 27%, still definitely definable as a cup. So I don't mind that. Tried trading out of this consolidation breakout. Didn't work out so well. Took a small loss on that one. MA, I don't know. I don't think it's on our list. And if it is, it's usually in the middle, which we tend to never get to. 0.29. Yeah, it's, again, doing fine. Came back here, touched the 50-day moving average, and bounced right off of it. just 10% really quick. So it's just consolidating, man. You can't get scared. I mean, if you go back and just look at the days and just go day by day on these charts, very rarely do you run into these month or two long uptrends like this. Usually you go up and you come down, you go up and you go sideways, and you go up and you come down and go sideways and go up and go sideways and then go up and go up and go up and go up and then come down and sideways. It's just as many sideways days as it is up sideways sections as it is up sections. There's always pauses, and there's nothing broken here at all. In fact, if you're to draw a trend line, say, where's our trend? Well, we're up. We had this little consolidation period right there. Could have been considered a base. 1, 2, 3, almost a base. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 weeks if you combine this week and this week there, and we're still above it. So nothing wrong at all with MasterCard up in this area. Perfectly valid action. You've got volume that's generally declining. So, yeah, Rob, nothing wrong here at all. In fact, your biggest red down day came back to close right in the middle. So, but yeah, you can't get flustered with these things. You just kind of have to. Again, that's why in real crypto, my moniker there is one leg at a time while keeping the market cycle in mind, right? It goes the same in the stock market. What's the market cycle? Well, now we know we're in a confirmed uptrend as of this day. It's a confirmed uptrend, and so we go with the uptrend. And what's the leg doing that we're currently in trading in this stock? This one's doing fine. Not all of them are doing fine. OTEX, it's doing fine if you own it. It's potentially buyable. I don't know about breakout volume, but it's potentially buyable. Or actually, no, it may be extended. It's still buyable. I don't really want it, but it's still buyable if someone does. So what's this leg in VFF doing? Not a whole lot. Pretty boring leg right now. There could be a little bit of a resistance line right there. Maybe try to pick some up after it breaks 14 with good volume. Volume's declining rapidly. We haven't hit above average volume in a month. So VFF could get interesting. I'll throw an alert here. Alerts are free. So all you can do is kind of impose your strategy on the market and then just trade during the right market environments. EPAM looking pretty good right there. I'd probably say that may qualify as a cut base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you consider this the high, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It takes 7 weeks for a cup to form. So if we stay flat here, this could be interesting for EPAM. This is definitely a leading stock. It's just this has just been on crazy runs. This double bottom base during the bear market was only 27%. And you can just see the run it's been on. It's like on a 4th or 5th stage base right now. Last time I saw IBD, they said consider selling because it's on its 4th stage base, I think is what it was. But look at that, just a large general move up in EPAM. Very large winner here. But yeah, if it does break out and you have the volume behind it, you can take a trade on that one. So that leg would be good. So, that's pretty much how I view the market. Take it from a holistic fashion. Large, we stayed out of it. Avoided some trouble. And now we're able to trade breakouts again. So good stuff. Pays 4.71% right now. KG up 2.5%. Maybe trying to come back. IIPR holding up 1.5%. Cisco up there. We noted this guy was up near highs, holding in a basing pattern. This one's definitely in looks like a flat base for Cisco Systems. Failed breakout yesterday. This guy facing large competition from smaller makers, Ubiquiti being one of them. There's a ton of networking guys in the space now. Just a ton that have pretty good equipment. So you can see barely poked its head above, failed a little bit, pulling back 50-day lines right about there. So it doesn't quite look like it's ready to rock, but it's going to get there. Wish.com holding up really well at highs. AMED, that's a pretty promising pattern. Look at that thing rally on my weekly chart from 60 up to 140. There's the kind of that point I'm looking at right there for that large, huge rally. Man, that's amazing. This isn't quite an ascending base pattern, but it has that feel to it. There's quite a bit of price action underneath the prior high, so that negates it as an ascending base, but that's kind of what it acted like, which is such a large move up. AMED, let's take a look at this guy. '84 composite rating, provides home nursing services through 323 home health care centers and 84 hospice centers in 38 states. So they basically help people die gracefully. And maybe they're pretty good at it, or at least make good money at it. Doesn't, you know. Anyway, 41% EPS change last quarter, 58% last 3 quarters average EPS growth, which is really good. Industry group rank is 158 out of 197, so that is not good. But they're ranked 3rd in that horrible industry group, so maybe that's something good. 43% 3-year EPS growth rate. 17% sales change last quarter. D, accumulation distribution rating. 76% relative strength rating. So not doing very good, under its 200-day moving average. So maybe in time this guy will come back, but it's not ready for prime time by any stretch. Our buddy Chegg, we were looking at this the other day, still looks pretty good. We're still above the trend line here, haven't broken down. This prior high breakout would be the next thing to test. All right, let's just go back up to the top. All right, Restoration Hardware selling off a little bit after gapping up. Goose, iRobot, trying to curl through this low area right here. Looks like there may be some trend line support. Yep, right there. And that would be a pretty tremendous run getting back towards the highs there. It's done that every time it's hit the trend line. It's made a new high, then sold off again. But even getting back up to 130 on this guy, that's a pretty good risk-reward trade. You got, let's do it just up to there. That's 37% for 8% risk. That's not bad. I'm actually not mad at that trade whatsoever. That's a pretty good trade. So again, I am a breakout buyer, and this would be kind of, you know, I'm loosely using the term breaking out here, but breaking out from a low basing area here, running towards highs, which it's done, you know, twice in the past year. So that's an opportunity, not necessarily traditional breakout trading, but there has been a pattern of it going back to highs and selling off and then going back to highs and then selling off. So, you know, the thing about some of these moves is a lot of people forget about these stocks as they get down towards lows here. We do this in crypto constantly. It's one of our strategies that we use, is these failures on breakouts that come down and test a trend line. I love these setups. These are really, really nice. So we got this one that took 112 days to get back up. And this one took 75 days. 112 days. Let's see what we got. Yeah, it's pretty good. Not bad. Are there any rules for a low base? You know, there's no such thing as a low base technically if you talk to the people that really know what they're doing. But see, I notice these setups from time to time, quite often actually, where you have, it's not a standard cup and handle. It could be just a low flat area, some area of consolidation near a low level. I haven't actually clinically defined it. You know, like my trend lines have pretty good definition to them. I could probably write a textbook on those. I'm actually thinking about writing a book on trend lines. I don't know how many good trend line books there are out there, but in terms of a low base like this, yeah, there's no major rule set for that. It's just kind of a consolidation around a low point with good volume signatures. Pays up 6% right now, rocking it. Look at that. I gotta click on it. I gotta click on it, guys. Boom. Yes. Haven't traded in like months since the bear market. Now I'm kind of, or the last correction. Now I'm excited when Pays moves because MongoDB did good, but stalling out on us, up 0.34%. Anyway, I kind of do like this iRobot trade. This thing's pretty dope. Hold on a second, guys. I got to grab some water. Yeah, I would like to write a book on trend lines. Maybe I'll do one of my webinars on trend lines. And then yeah, I think qualifying a low base strategy, low base buying strategy is probably pretty good. Yeah, I think those two could be good things. But yeah, I like this iRobot trade. Eli, check out a stock shed. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight one. Buy high, sell low. Dude, that'd be so good. Volume declining on Pays. Well, 6.81%. I don't care. Go ahead and decline. Just keep going up. You're talking about on the 5-minute chart or something like that, Rob? Yeah, that's okay. Just look at this chart, man. This is just one of those. We talked a little bit about Jesse Stein's Super Stocks book. Yeah, it kind of reeks a little bit like that to me, like it's going to get up there towards that 2025 level. I kind of took a lottery ticket option on this thing. It's like a 700% gainer for it to get up to 25. I'm hoping it's going to get there. It's starting out the week in a good spot. We had a base here. We had a smaller base, and I mean volumes just remained really good. Above average yesterday. Today's already almost at average on a breakout day. So, I mean, we'll see what happens with this guy, but it's looking excellent. The market's looking excellent. Nice little flag setup for a couple of days there. We'll see if volume gets over yesterday. Hopefully it does. If it does, that would be another follow-through day. But I'd say it's got to close around 0.75% up. So we'll see if it does that. It may not. It's still within a little downtrend here. Anyway, but I do like that iRobot setup's really nice. Anytime you can find something and have a little bit of an edge on the market, I mean, come on, a 30 to 8% risk reward. It's pretty spectacular in my opinion. What? I'm only up 9% in Pays? That's garbage. Shows you how expensive those options are on that name. That's horrible. That's horrible. I'm up almost as much as my TQQQ position is. I'm in this option in Pays, which I bought like 15-20% ago. Gotta love options. They're funny. Yeah, is that the one? Yeah, one of those. 920. Oh, for IRBT? Yeah, that's the only one I got. Yeah. Yeah. That should give it plenty o' time. Plenty o' time. That's right in between. You could go one strike or one. Yeah, then it cuts your profit in half on that one. You do the 95 at 288%, and that should be fine too. Yeah, let's check out the fundamentals on iRobot. It's got earnings in between now and then too. Obviously, you have to hold through that probably. Not very good. Composite rating of 56. That's horrible. EPS negative 8%. I was hoping for kind of a neutral reading. This is a pretty bearish reading. iRobot unleashes tag team of home cleaning robots. No, I pretty much got my full position in there, Nick. That's not something I layer into. I try to do it in one day. So I think I bought partial, then I bought a little bit later, and then I finished out my position later in the day. So I got in on this day. I haven't bought the option yet. I'm still kind of making a decision on that one. It's pretty good from a risk reward standpoint. Like I said, you got about an 8% loss. If I were better with all the option strategies, I could probably like sell something and cover half of that 8% loss or something like that, which I think would be pretty cool to do. Let me put iRobot up on my actionable list here. All right, let me get rid of NBEV. I don't know. I still don't want to get rid of NBEV. I want to thin out my actionable list though. All right, let's get rid of INS. Do some house cleaning. Bye, Newer. Have a good day. I'll keep Upland for right now. AMD coming back a little more is good. Workday. Netflix, see ya. Fox has been okay. I'll keep it for the moment. Docu's pretty dead. MongoDB, Chipotle, Funko. I still kind of like the setup on Funko. Would I add here? Well, let's see what the day holds. I would. Yeah, you could probably add. Yeah, you could probably add some. You can. There's some fees to take into account too. I really don't like. That's the one. Well, kind of a negative to crypto and to the way stocks do it. See you, Sully. Yeah, I'd probably add some today. It's looking pretty good. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Nick. Yeah, I do like the consolidate. Yeah, 2 days. If that's all we get, and then we kind of go back into a sideways trend, I'm really happy with that. I kind of want to get rid of KGKG here. And that's it. So we took out a couple of names here on the actionable list. That's fine. I still want to keep me some NBEV. I mean, I see that longer trend line right there, and I'm like, at some point it's just going to pop and have a huge move. You need something like Workday. I'm going to delete Workday. It's not really actionable. It's just kind of chopping higher. Oh, CMG. I'm going to keep this list as small as I can. Atlassian's been good on all those bases that we've covered. Kind of hard to hold on to, though. Winnebago almost has a cup and handle feel to it right there. It's a bit small, but still there. Xilinx, I can probably ditch you. I never took the trade on you off the 200 day, so. I think INSG still has some promise in it. It may take a while for that to play out, though. IIPR pulling back here a little bit. Pay 7.65%, 8.1%. 9%. That's just horrible. I get a bad feel on that anyways, actually. Yeah, it filled right at the ask, which I was trying to get somewhere in between. Usually it does, but usually it fills in between. Buy more Roku. Oh, let's go take a look at Roku. Roku, is it pulling back? 0.27% pullback. I don't know. I'd probably be trying to. I mean, it's at highs, so it's not a pullback situation right now. I would try to buy as it got back towards this trend line. To be honest with you, I mean, if the market's going to go bullish here today and tomorrow, yeah, you'll probably get some moves out of Roku. You could probably duplicate this trend line, or draw another one, which looks like it's pretty much duplicating the trend line. And you're getting close to the top of it, so if it's going to ride this trend up, any comeback to this, I would load up a position, at a minimum for like one of these little bounces. That's 20% right there. Let's say we come down. See here, it didn't even get to the trend line. Make sure I have this trend line correct. Yeah, see, it's too much crap in the way. That looks about right. Yeah, it doesn't look like it was even able to quite get back to the, look at that, nice little gap there. Support of this, I think, was like an 8-day EMA or something like that. I think this is an 8-day EMA. Pretty amazing. I mean, this is a very strong uptrend, so this likely will continue, but I would try to add a little bit lower rather than a little bit higher. Still can't believe I missed that. Stupid. Yeah, sometimes stuff just gets away from you. AMR, let's go check out MongoDB. Its intraday looks pretty much within trend. Some not so good volume, another low volume day down here. Hopefully that means selling is drying away and we'll reverse higher here. On Mongo, could be a chance to add to Mongo if you're so inclined. Got a risk there about 4%, probably to the low here. Yeah, it's about 4% there to the low. So that was a pretty good breakout there on Mongo. I did like the breakout. This whole 3-day pattern here around earnings was really good. I mean, you saying I'm not the voice of reason, Eli? I've got a 4-foot by 4-foot picture saying you are the voice of reason on it. You saying that's lying? That's impossible. Absolutely impossible. By definition, I'm the voice of reason. Oh, wow.
And guess what?
Dude, you guys grew some great pumpkins. Wow, those are great.
Daddy, watch. I'm gonna do mine like in Goosebumps.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Those are great. Do you like it, Ethan? Those are good looking pumpkins, babe.
Spiky. And feel the stem, it's spiky.
Oh, yeah.
Mine's way spikier.
Very symmetrical. All of them. Cool.
Feel mine.
These are great, guys.
Yeah.
Daddy, feel mine.
Seriously, these are like
Feel mine, Daddy.
Almost award-winning. Oh, that's pretty spiky. That's awesome. Good job. Mommy, great job.
Boys helped.
Absolutely. Boys, good job. Now get dressed for school.
Yep, time to get ready for school.
And after we put our clothes on, can we make the
What do you mean, just like making faces and stuff?
For what name, Eli?
You don't want to do jack-o'-lanterns though right now. Well, these are kind of small for jack-o'-lanterns. Maybe we can try. I'm gonna go put these on the dining room table, okay? And then you guys can get
Am I for Mongo?
your test. Thanks.
Well, I don't know if it tells you. I don't know if it tells you that per se. It's a pretty bad candle. I will give you that, but I mean, I've seen much worse come right back. Not to mention it was within volume trend, so I'm not super mad about it. Well, Pays is pretty extended right now. Man, look at that volume on the 5-minute chart too. That's better than the past couple of days too. We're gonna have a really good volume day today. This thing could end up being up pretty big if this continues. That volume's almost equal with yesterday's. I guess it's got 50% to go. Perma Mongo Bear. So you're telling me it's all the developers shorting MongoDB? Is that what you're telling me? Well, I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of places actually using it fairly successfully. So it's not right for every application, but it's good for some. iRobot sold back down. Get some better fills on those options, maybe. IIPR looks like it's trying to come back. All right, let's go check out what's leading us on the global watch list here. I'm crazy on my chart again. That's no bueno. Yeah, I kind of like that other kind of like that chart style. Hertz, Rent-A-Car, and Car moving today. Avis Budget Group. There's iRobot again. Hold on. Okie dokie. Yeah, Eli talk about Solo. Let's go look at Solo. I haven't seen that in a while. And for good reason. Okay. Done with that. let's just watch pays the rest of the time. Speaking of the rest of the time, it may have to be pretty soon here. Getting up at almost 7:30. Got to get the kiddos ready. They're already fighting in the other room with mom out of the picture. So yeah, that's basically it, Rob. Yeah, kind of a bottom buy on iRobot. Pays is kind of already gone. We were looking at it down here, looking really nice and tight. I love these smaller consolidations like this, just super super tight. Just love them. CRM. Um, yeah, I would. Yeah, I would probably. Yeah, there's no bounce here. Um, yeah, I never would have entered this one, and I would probably recommend exiting it arbitrarily. Now it may bounce back up given a couple of weeks or something like that, or even it could happen tomorrow. You could try to wait for it to bounce a little bit higher before exiting if you want to be patient, Eli. It could bounce back up. I don't know where you got in at, but it could. I mean, it's a couple of decent days there. That's a pretty big sell day though, followed by another one, and kind of floating up on nothing volume. So yeah, it's not looking super hot. Looks like it's trying to break this support. If not, it looks like it has already actually on CRM. Lower high. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. Yeah, if the loss is if it's within reason, I think I would probably just take it. Well, just I don't know. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure where you got in. So yeah, it does feel weak. Feels very weak. Yeah, especially with that volume. I concur on that sentiment. But you can see right here we had another block of sell volume. It's probably on earnings day. This was after earnings over here. And then it came back, tried to test a high again, try to test a high again. Now we have lower highs. But if maybe it'll bounce up here to the 157 level. I mean, it could, like I said, it could take a couple of weeks. Look at this period right here. This thing was low and slow since the beginning of May, and then finally came back here and peaked in the beginning of June. Took a month for that just to move up right there. So it just depends how patient you want to be with the position. 9.6 for pays. Rocking it, son. AMRN, second on the list, 2.63 today. I still would like for this to get up here and come test our buddy 23. I've had that trade on the table for like 3 months now. It's just never come to fruition. I think I tried it once too. Yeah, well, I got a thing on my desk here now that says do not trade based on what ifs. So, like I said, if you're comfortable with the loss, take the loss. If you're not and you want to wait a little bit, wait a little bit. But do it based on the analysis. Don't worry about unseen forces coming in and dooming. Which, yes, could happen, but, let's do 23. Whoops. Wow, that's pretty good. Although I don't know if it'll do it in 43 days. There's got to be some other option strategies. I'm going to learn some other option strategies for like how low and slow this thing has been. Got to be like selling weekly calls or something. It's just got to be really profitable. All you do is what if? Yeah. I'm doing pretty good in the refactor there, Eli. Finally got over a hump with some crazy view error, and I've got what we talked about with the tabs and everything. You can have nothing. You can go get dressed. So that's going really well. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Kids are still not dressed, and I gotta go regulate. All right, guys, well, have a good day. Stay safe out there. Market's in a pretty good spot. I like it today. Pretty good positive day. Nothing crazy. Nothing outrageous. I wish we had a few more breakouts going on right now, but it is what it is at this stage of the game. So, yeah, that's about it. All right, guys, have a good day. See you tomorrow or later in the Power Hour. Bye-bye.